All right, how's everyone tonight? Good. Wow. Strong crowd. All right, cool. Hello, everyone who's online. Thanks for joining us and welcome. So exciting times tonight. To summarize, first night of our dance lessons, Salsa in the Sky. We had a really good, any of you that are interested in learning how to salsa dance, it's really a lot of fun. We got 2 professional teachers in the group, and we just have lessons here from 6 to 7 before the event. So come next week and learn how to dance. And I've actually not got 2 left feet. I think I have 3.
Oh, no, I saw a Snapchat. You're doing good.
You saw it?
Yeah, I did. Michael sent me one.
A Snapchat of me dancing. Oh, you. And an update for those of you that care. The Royals are winning 5-2 in the 7th. It looks like.
No, I think it's 7-2 now.
7-2. Okay, so their
favorite poker hunt.
What's that? Yeah, 7-2. Last night we had a great poker tournament here too. We're gonna start probably doing that every week. Yeah, so I appreciate everyone coming out. And this is my co-pilot Ross George, and I'm Matt Morrow. Welcome to Saturday Night Live.
So people in Mexico. So
and people in Mexico. Hola, ¿qué pasa? Tequila. That's all I know. All right, good. So for those of you that are new here tonight, we really appreciate you coming out. It's the main purpose of the presentation, other than we all just love getting together and hanging out and having fun in this beautiful location here. And so we're going to basically talk to you about a couple things real quick, and then you're going to hear from some people within this group that are doing well with it. And we'll invite you to join us. We are here every Wednesday and then Saturday training at noon. So let's see, Ross. Always hard for me to shut up, so I'm going to let you open up. Why don't you talk a little bit about Vima and the product line? Tell them a little about what we do.
Sure. In terms of the product line, I mean, really straight into it.
Well, you can do whatever you want.
Well, I was just gonna. I mean, are we gonna follow the flip chart tonight?
He just told me to put it up there.
Oh, okay. So I mean,
we never do.
No. I just didn't know if that was. This is kind of throwing me right now.
Well, just look, Ross. Let's talk about it. Dreams don't come true. Dreams are made true.
I mean, I like it.
You know what I'm saying? But let's just have that up there the whole time.
Oh, okay.
If
all right,
that works
cool.
for you.
All right. Okay. So just leave that on there. That's good.
On that note, what's funny? I heard that when I came to an event like this, it was actually April 28th of 1989. So it's a long ass time ago, way before you were born. What year were you born? 2001. Good year. And so, basically I heard someone say once that the average person's tombstone should read died at 18 when they gave up on their dreams and then buried at 78. So like for me and my family, this opportunity you're gonna hear about tonight's been a real game changer. So like this loft, that I paid cash for so my son could live here and we could have meetings because there's not carpeting here like at my other house. It's like, how fun is it to have that and to like not have to get up and go to work anymore? I used to work as a manager of a bank, if you can believe that. It's a miracle I didn't get fired. And it was, a $50,000 a year job. And it was 9 to 5, but really that means 8 to 6. By the time you leave your house, maybe 7:30 to 6:30. Like pretty much your entire damn day was working for somebody else for no money. And I saw what you're going to see tonight, and I'm like, damn, if that's true, that would be fun. And the rest, as they say, is history. Gone on to basically never have to work another day in my life since April 28th of 1989. And when I say not work, like if you like what you're doing, it's not really work. So to me, this is fun. I like having people. I like having parties. I like talking to people, and so that's what we do. And Ross, so with that, man, what do you have to say for yourself?
No, I remember when you kind of introduced me to the entire concept of network marketing, and aside from the stigma that for whatever reason was attached to it, it's like I'd almost never heard of the potential. And Chelsea and I, even on the way over here, we were analyzing a few of our friends and the situation that they're in, with their jobs and finances and stuff. And other than professional sports, I couldn't think of anything that I would want to be in more because of the time freedom that it can create.
It does beat working.
Yeah.
Well, so with that, and for Brandon, you're like, what the hell are they talking about? Forgive me. So essentially what we have is a company that does about over $200 million a year in sales of a product that's awesome, okay? How many of you take our products every day? Let's show of hands, pretty much everybody except for the new people. The products are really good. They taste good. If you haven't tried one, try one. You'll like it. And they're good for you. and we basically just grow it all organically through word of mouth. So like people tell people, like, which is how everything happens these days.
Absolutely.
So I just know I'd like to spend a few minutes just telling you guys about the products that we offer, because even more important than like lifestyle and time freedom and money, which I think are cool topics, health is even more important.
Yeah.
Like yesterday I went to the hospital, and other than the fact that I can see why Michael Jackson got addicted to propofol, because I had an endoscopy. That's one of the things you have to do as you get old. It's like routine maintenance. You got to get your check under the hood and stuff. So they basically stick a camera down your throat to look at your esophagus, and you can't be awake for that because if the camera going all the way down your throat. No, so they put you out. But anyway, I digress. But as I was sitting in the hospital, I'm like, God, it would suck to be like sick or dead.
Oh, yeah.
And it's much better to be like vibrant and healthy and so forth. And what we take that for granted though all the time is just wake up and feel good and everything's cool. You know, you're young, you got boundless energy, but until they find a cure for aging, it's going to happen, right? And so you want to age gracefully, and that's a huge industry basically the anti-aging and wellness industry is predicted to be the next $1 trillion industry. So that's the industry that we're in, and the products that we offer, I think, are just, as Ross would say, brilliant. So Ross is going to tell you about our Vima formula, and then how we've expanded the line, and then we'll go from there.
Cool. So who is brand new, by the way, just out of interest? All right, cool. So for you guys, probably everyone else in the room has tried this in some degree, whether it's in this white bottle or some of our other delivery methods that we have. But essentially, Vima has been around since 2004 in this format, in this. Rose is here, hey. So since 2004, we've had it in this super sexy packaging and so on and so forth. But the truth is that the key about this product is the science behind it. They've actually invested over $1 million in clinical studies, which have since been published on this. A couple of those things, one of which proves that it reduces inflammation in the body, so things like arthritis, swellings, and stuff like that. And the second one is that it boosts your immune function. Some of my background from when I was in the UK was that I worked in the pharmaceutical industry, and I remember the company that I was working with. All of the focus was actually towards prevention instead of cure. That's where stability is for them, because they get a customer every single day of the year, as opposed to just the one time that they get sick. So the marketing potential is absolutely massive, and that's kind of where Vima is at. For me, drink a couple of ounces of this stuff every single day, and believe me, you'll start to feel the benefits. And if you don't take my word for it, just try it for a month yourself, because you could listen to all of the anecdotal testimonials on YouTube, and until you feel it, it doesn't really matter. So guys, encourage you, regardless of the business, to at least put this in your system for a month and see how you feel.
What's in it?
So, well, actually, that is interesting. And the reason that it's called Vima is because of its ingredients. So Vima actually stands for vitamins.
That's vitamins. That would translate to English or American. Vitamins. Vitamins, yeah.
Essential minerals, mangosteen, and aloe vera. So essentially, it's the most liquid, most complete liquid antioxidant on the planet. Is the way that the company markets. So, a couple of the biggest killers are heart disease, cancer, things like that. This basically provides a layer of protection over your cells in order to prevent those things. So,
you guys heard of Linus Pauling? No? He's a vitamin C dude. The first guy that basically said vitamin C is good for you. No one's ever heard of him? Well, Google Linus Pauling. He's a big damn deal. Anyway, he basically said that mineral deficiencies are at the root of all disease. And one of the things that Vima has is it has 65 trace and ultra trace minerals, basically stuff that you don't get in your diet unless you're like a mega organic vegetable juice drinking fool, And so there's minerals, there's vitamins, there's antioxidants, there's vitamins as well, and it's good stuff. But it's like what I've experienced when I first joined this company, that's all we had, and it was a lot of older people. Like I was like a youthful person at 45, I think, when I joined this company, or 43, because it was mostly like the way that people marketed Vima in the beginning of the company, because it's so amazing, and as Ross mentioned with its the anti-inflammatory aspect of it, any disease that ends in itis you try this product and you feel better. So people would just basically ask me, hey, who do you know that has arthritis? Who do you know that has any kind of health condition? Try this product with a money-back guarantee for 90 days and see if you feel better. People feel better. And if any of you basically have ever not felt well, once you feel better, like I always like getting the flu, even though I haven't been sick in 8 years, knock on wood, because you have the flu, you feel just so horrific, right? But then once you feel better again, isn't that an awesome feeling?
Yeah.
I don't know if this, I'm going on the fly here, but I'm just telling you that there's nothing that feels as good as feeling better. So if you have someone who's had like a bad elbow or knee or any kind of inflammation or arthritis issue, and you get on this product and they feel better, they'll never, ever stop talking about it. I mean, they'll tell everyone on the planet, and that's the core foundation of how our company grew. But it got kind of boring because there was no young people. Because young people don't care about health products. So what do we do, Ross?
Well, I guess BK is our CEO. He kind of had the brainwave is to firstly, when you look at certain drinks that we're putting in our systems nowadays, and we kind of take for granted, we just pick things out of the fridge and we drink it. Energy drinks was one of those things that was getting a particularly bad rap in the press. So he decided that what he was going to do was create the healthiest energy drink on the planet. Matt's actually drinking one of our old packaging Verve sugar-frees there.
I like the sugar-free.
Me too.
That's how I keep my village figure.
I
don't need any extra carbs, believe me.
So for those of you that are visual, this is exactly what he did. He just put 2 ounces of Beamer into this, mixed it with some natural caffeine, some reverse osmosis water, whatever that is. And
it's osmosis water, but just
in backwards. Okay. So I mean, essentially that's what it is. And we changed it. So we could have called it Beamer Energy or anything like that, but the brand name Verve was born, which I think is perfect because Verve means vibrancy and energy and things like that. But to call this and to just put this in the bracket of energy drinks would be criminal, because this is so different to that. It's kind of like when I talk to people about this product now, people in my network, I feel like if you drink, saving your life, and I know that may sound dramatic, but
very dramatic.
But because of what it's got in it, without even thinking, you're making a really good health choice every time you crack one of these open. So Verve was born, and the company really took off, and young people, college campuses, things like that really start. And I think the key to it all is the convenience of it.
Well, I think the young people like the fact that you can make a lot of money.
Yeah.
That's probably the most important thing. And they also like the taste. Like most people, basically, you hand them a Verve and they say, young people, this is what they used to say, dude, that tastes better than Red Bull.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, I know. And then if anyone ever says, like, I don't like it, I tell them, you drank it wrong.
Yeah.
Right? But most people love the taste. And, basically, the whole key to success in anything is actually doing it. Like dancing, which I learned, I took my 3rd lesson today. I'm not very good yet, but I bet if I took lessons consistently, I would get better. And same with health, basically if you just take like a vitamin pill like once a quarter, your cells are going to be like, yay, vitamins once a quarter. But if you put it every single day or going to the gym, now this is something I've heard, I haven't had any personal experience with this, but if you want to get in shape, you would want to go to the gym how often?
Every day.
Like probably 5-6 days a week. I imagine you're supposed to rest at some point. But I mean, 3 days a week would be a real win for me. But the thing that's great about this is that you drink it. How many, just seriously, I mean, I know the answer to this question, but watch this. How many of you drink 1 or more of these every single day? It's unbelievable. Once you start drinking this stuff, if you stop, you feel the difference. It's just difficult to describe, but it's like, wow, good stuff in your body. I don't know if like your like innate intelligence says, hey, drink a Verve.
No, it's totally true. I remember EJ when we went to Vienna. Do you remember you came back and told that?
Yeah.
Because we didn't get any Verve in Vienna.
Yeah, I was sick when I got back to England.
What did you say? What happened?
I got sick.
Really?
Like 4 days without it in Vienna. Like, we were also staying in this pretty small apartment with 8 people, but I did get sick.
Right?
Yeah.
How cool is that? By the way, like, here's a guy who's 20 years old, doing this business full time, traveling to Vienna, for conference. So it's good stuff. So I don't like to make it like if it was a television commercial, it doesn't have to be 15 minutes. The television commercial would be like, hey, do you drink energy drinks, iced tea, iced coffee? Well, most of that stuff is really bad for you. So drink this. It's way better. Or it's like Verve, 50 cents more, but 50 times better. I don't know like what the commercial would be, but my commercial is basically, my invitation to you is drink this. It's clinically proven wellness formula disguised as killer tasting drinks.
Yeah.
You know, and then you are, every once in a while you run into those people who say, well, I don't like energy drinks, you know, and it's like, okay, I get it, you know, this isn't like the rest of them, or they're like, I can't drink caffeine, you know, and it's like, there's only 80 milligrams, it's natural caffeine, it's not like, you know, Storton and stuff or anything like that, it's good for you, but we have Renew, which has no caffeine, so we have a drink with no caffeine. We pretty much have something for everybody. Like, out of curiosity, just like, hey, so favorite product, you can only raise your hand once. I'm gonna go through the product line. How many of you, like, your favorite product is just like the original Vima formula? Show of hands. Wow, look at you, a young person on the Vima formula. Good job.
Nice.
And then how about going through the Verve line? How about Orange Verve, original Verve? Okay, a couple of that. How about the sugar-free Verve? All right, and then how about the black, the bold Verve? Oh, more of that. Yeah, they say once you start going black, you don't go back. And then how about the remix, the aqua looking one? Okay, couple there. All right, cool. So it's and then we got, how about the coffee? Any coffee fans in here? Chris, like the coffee. And how about the iced tea, the party? Holy crap, tea is the most popular. And then what about the body burn? Oh, a lot of body burn drinkers.
Oh yeah, body burn.
So body burn, we didn't talk about that. This product is amazing. So what they did is, I don't know how they did it, but we have this really smart Asian dude named Dr. Wong. And I don't want to bend down. I got like one of the pants with look crack kills. But what he did is he made a drink that has the viscosity of a soda, and so it tastes just like a soda or like the rest of our drinks, but there's 20 grams of protein and 7 grams of fiber. Where's my wife? Case, tell them what happened with this product with you. Like, what did you do?
I just started drinking that in the morning, and I stopped snacking, and I lost 20 pounds in just a couple of months.
Joey was into that. But that's pretty cool. It's not like you were like a big lard, but I mean, she went from a size 4 to a size 0, which is kind of cool. And you know, she now has to shop in the Barbie aisle. But what happens is you drink this stuff, you just feel full. It's, I guess, the fiber, the protein, but it's such a great breakfast product because a lot of people don't have the time for breakfast, but that's the time to jumpstart your metabolism. So you wake up and drink one of these, and you put all that protein. So the products are cool. It's incorporated in your lifestyle. You know, whenever we go out on the lake, I throw a nice chest full of this stuff on the boat, and kind of a good segue to the business side. So here's how I made $6 million. Oh, you can't see the check, but on the wall there, I have my lifetime earning checks. That door should be open at this point. You know, you can earn a lot of money. How many of you have made some money with this business? By show of hands. Any idea? So everyone, you know, it's now not everyone's making $6 million, but you know, most people would be stoked with an extra $100 or $200 or $300 a month. And then if you can make $100 a month, you can make $200 a month. And here's how it basically works. The company has all of us as affiliates. Okay, so we have 250,000 affiliates. You're familiar with the concept of affiliate marketing? So like Amazon.com, if you wanted to buy something on Amazon.com, you know, let's say you search for an item and you click on that link, it takes you to Amazon.com. Odds are that's an affiliate, someone who's representing Amazon.com. They're an affiliate, and when you buy that product from Amazon, they get paid a commission. And it's a very common form of marketing on the internet now. So we set you guys all up as affiliates, which is free, which is a great price. It's not like a franchise, which costs a fortune. We set you up as an affiliate, and we give you a link, and when you recommend this product and someone buys it, you get paid. Fairly straightforward. We have a really cool program called 3 is Free, because it rhymes. Someone in the company wanted to go with 4 and pay no more, but I like 3 is free. So if you just get, let's say you buy a case of this Body Burn because you too want to lose 20 pounds, and you know, then you get 3 other people. Once they see you lose weight, they say, "Wow, you look great. You know, I want to do that." 3 people buy the product, you get your product for free. So the first goal is get your product for free. All right, because free product is better than paying for product. Yes or yes?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, and then from there, you know, it just starts to grow. So what happens is you tell other people about the products, and then they tell other people, and they tell 2 friends, and they tell 2 friends. How many people remember that commercial for Suave shampoo? Any? Just have an idea.
Well, awesome.
Yeah, all the older people.
Well, awesome.
Well, balsam.
friends.
They told two friends, and they told two friends. Was it Wella Balsam? There was a shampoo commercial, and they used to show us like, and she told two friends, and this woman with like beautiful 1970s hair, and she told two friends. Anyway, forget it. My ADD just kicked in. It's like, what the hell is he talking about? So, like for example, when we talk about the boat, okay, I had a friend come on my boat. He drank a sugar-free Verve, and he liked it. And then he asked me, I said, yeah, well, that's what I do for a living. You know, he's like, where do you get this stuff? And long story longer, he ended up telling all kinds of people about it and has over 3,000 people consuming the product. Ross, maybe share a little bit about how you got introduced to the business and how many people you have in your organization now.
Cool. I was introduced by Matt. I was over here for Chelsea and the kids basically. Didn't have a job, so didn't have a work permit. So the only thing I could do really was play poker for a living. And that's unpredictable with my talents. So yeah, basically I was on New Year's Eve. I was waiting for Chelsea to get off work. Matt happened to be down at the strip looking after EJ, who was out partying. Underage, I'm guessing. And he sat next to me and you know, we struck up a friendship, didn't talk about Vima, but 6 months later, I joined the business. And honestly, the rest is history. I think I've been in just about 18 months now, maybe going into my second year. And honestly, never more excited. Never had bigger belief that not only can I change my life and my family's life, but I can change hundreds and thousands of people's lives, impact them in some positive way. So I mean, honestly, like I was always waiting for that one thing to make me feel uncomfortable. And a lot of people, you know, they'll be like, oh, well, let's scour the internet or something. I'm still waiting for any level of credibility from Vima to make me feel uncomfortable. It's just the way it is. Yeah.
You mean any lack of credibility?
Yeah, any lack of credibility. The company just puts, I mean, they try and make it so easy for you with the tools that they give you, with the product launches, with the apps, with the technology, everything about it. I mean, it's brilliant.
It's difficult to understand Ross because he speaks a different language. But like last night, Ross was here and we were on Skype. Okay, so basically like these meetings, which I think are a blast, and I love this view and everything, and getting together. And I'm kind of old school. I like being around people, but most people build this entire business on the internet. Okay, so like Ross was on Skype with 3 people from Australia, from the Gold Coast of Australia. Did those guys come from the England people, or where'd they come from?
Yeah, they just came from actually a Facebook group.
Okay.
Yeah, they reached out and they said like, hey, do you do Vima? And I was like, jackpot. No, I mean, this is amazing.
Well, imagine how that happens.
Yeah.
So anyway, so like Ross told his sister in England, and then now we have several hundred people in England, and then now it's branching out to Australia. So you think about it, it's like, how did Facebook grow? You know, so Mark Zuckerberg got mad because that girl, you know, pissed him off. I don't know if you guys saw the movie. And he sat there and went on like a programming binge for 72 hours and created this Facebook that basically links us all. And I don't know, like I have such a vision for what's possible with social media. It's just like difficult to sleep at times. Like I went to this place the other day called the Man Cave that's on 7 Hills Drive. I'm on the way to my house and I've driven by it a million times. And I'm like, sounds like a cool spot, but I've never been in there.
What
so,
is it? I don't know.
I didn't know either, so I got pulled in. And it's a cigar place, you know. And there's this random dude from Hawaii that owns the place, and they just sit there and smoke cigars. And there's no alcohol or anything, just a place where dudes hang out and smoke cigars and talk. And so anyway, I started talking to the dude, and he was super cool, and he was from Hawaii, and I used to live in Hawaii, so we started talking about this old comedian named Mel Kabang, and I'm like, you know Mel Kabang? And he said, oh yeah, he lives here in Vegas now, yeah. And I'm like, really? Oh my God. And then so this stuff like that, so it's like, oh, friendship. So he goes, are you on Facebook? And I'm like, yeah. And he goes, well, add me as a friend. So I add him as a friend, and then it turns out we had a mutual friend. Not like you look on Facebook and there's a mutual friend. And then like, your name again? Yes. Terry. So when you walked in today, that was kind of random too. It's like, oh, wait a minute, Matt Morrow. And then it's like, you know, our paths are crossed to another mutual friend. It's like, have you guys heard of 6 degrees of separation? You know, we're all really connected, okay? It's mind blowing. And some people think, oh, I have like 6 friends and like their thinking is so small. The reality is there's 1.2 billion people on Facebook. All right, the biggest change in human communication since the printing press is taking place right now. And then the thing that's interesting is like in this business, it's really simple. The product's good, drink it, tell other people to drink it. Not you'll get it for free, make money. Not complicated. So the thing that I'm concerned about whenever I talk to new people is we make the mistake of making it sound too good to be true. Because that's why people don't do it. I say, why don't people do it? Because you make it sound too good to be true. It can't just be you're just friendly and you go play poker and you talk to a dude from England who talks funny and you make fun of him and then you become friends and then thousands of people drinking the product and you live happily ever after. It couldn't be that simple. Well, it is. But but there are also people that you talk to that are like, I don't like those kind of things. It's a pyramid. Has anyone ever heard something like that? Okay, so this is why it's not as easy as it sounds. But what I want you to get is that a lot of people are dumb and they have no idea what they're talking about. Like, obviously, I mean, Mary Kay, Avon, you do the math. These companies have been around forever, okay? And they're amazing. Like, Avon's a $10 billion company. This industry, this person-to-person marketing did $180 billion last year. In the last, like, when did the recession, like, really hit? 2007, Mark? Or what, like, during the recession, 2007, 2008, 2009, 2010, the biggest growth in the history of our industry, okay? Now, what else was happening during that time? Basically, people stopped watching traditional TV. Now, granted, all of us older people still pay $130 a month for cable. But like when I was talking to EJ and we were laying out this place, and he's like, yeah, we'll put the TV here. And I'm like, wait, but the cable plug is over there. And then I'd have to, like, we're gonna have to drill holes. And I don't like when there's holes in the drywall because my OCD kicks in. And he's like, why do we need cable? You know, you don't need cable. You got what? Netflix, you got Hulu Plus, etc. Now, plus, if we had cable, do you guys watch TV or do you DVR the programs? Yeah, and so you fast forward through the commercials. So when you're talking to some dumb, uneducated person who says, I don't like network marketing, what they're saying is, I prefer the way that business used to be done in my grandfather's day, where you watch a commercial and they tell you where to buy a product. But nobody buys, watches commercials anymore.
And often those people are already doing network marketing, they're just not being paid for it.
Every single person is.
Yeah. I mean, if they have a belief in something, a restaurant, a movie, whatever it is, and they recommend something, they just did it, but they just didn't get a commission.
And so some people are afraid, I don't want to bother my friends. That's another thing. Like, so don't be bothersome. Like, I don't bother my friends. You hear Ross said, it took me 6 months before I told him about the business, okay? Because I'm not going to be that guy. Like, don't be that guy. Just be normal. And don't talk to anyone unless you believe two things. One, that you think the product is awesome. You ask someone, what do you take for supplementation? It's like, oh, God, I never take my pills. I hate swallowing pills. Oh, did you know you can just drink an energy drink every day or a great tasting drink? It's like, oh, this Renew, God, my fingernails grow like crazy. They'll be like, give it to me. Like, just be normal and people will want to do it, okay? Don't be weird. That's my advice. Like, and don't sponsor weird people. Like, look at what a great crew we have here. Because during my training, I tell people, don't bring any weird people. I mean, seriously, like, because the tendency is, all right, I'm a cool person, and this sounds really good, and I could use an extra $1 million a year. So I'm not gonna talk to any of my real, actual friends. I'm only going to talk to really annoying people that have no friends that I know will come to the meeting just to be around people. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Like that brother-in-law that has like bad breath and likes to tell secrets. Don't tell that person about the business. Tell the coolest, best-looking people that you know. All right, this is my advice, because those are the people who will do fabulous at this, because you're already doing it. People who have friends who like them will do phenomenal at this if you're not being salesy. I want to make sure you understand that. Yeah. And I know this is more like a training than a meeting, but I mean, you guys all catch on quick, and everybody's heard about this kind of thing before. Use the product, talk to people. You get 2 people, repeat that a bunch of times, you have a crap load of people, you make a crap load of money. What happens though is most people tackle this business like I tackle the gym. I see a picture of Body by Soloflex, someone with like 15 abs, and huge biceps, and a leotard, and I'm like, yeah, man, I want to look like that dude, And then so like I joined 24-hour fitness. It's open 24/7, so I could work out whenever I wanted. And I joined. I pay my money. I go one time. And then I realized that I look like a complete tool, and all the beautiful people are over there in the corner doing like reps, and they're like, yeah, it's chest and abs day. And I'm like, what the hell day is it? I don't know. It's the once a quarter that I go to the gym, and then I don't ever want to go again because it's uncomfortable. And you're like, well, that's stupid. You're going to be fat forever. It's like, yeah, well, that's how I feel when people join a business like this and then like don't even listen to the training CDs, don't come to Saturday training, talk to one person who's negative, and then they quit. It's equally dumb.
It is. And I think, the key for me, the difference with Vima and a lot of these other deals is like when people talk about, one of the primary excuses is we don't have time. Everyone has a life and everyone is doing things. What I love about Vima products is that there's real natural integration. So everyone's already drinking these kinds of beverages. We just have a superior one in terms of health, which is probably, like you say, 50 cents more expensive than its retail competition in most cases. And you can just put it in your fridge and carry on with your life. Over time, just like my wife Chelsea did, she built up a belief in Body Burn so strong that it was impossible not to tell her girlfriends at Hooters about them, right?
At Hooters.
At Hooters. And now Hooters.
Say it in English or American.
Hooters.
Hooters. Yeah. It sounds so much better in British. Hooters. Like it sounds elegant, but it's
and last month, Chelsea did 16 cycles. For those of you that don't know what that means, that's 4 cycles away from getting a company paid, whatever you want.
You said something else that I want to point out. It's like the most important thing is the little things. Like you said, you take the product and you put it in the fridge. Like I've had people who fail at this business, and then later I go to their house, and in their garage there's an unopened box. Literally, seriously, it's like if you just do the simple things and you take the box, it's orange, and there's a thing of tape on the top. What you want to do is get like a key or a letter opener, and then you open it, you take the products out, and you put them in the refrigerator. Now, a lot of you probably noticed this. If you put the products in the fridge, they disappear. It's the coolest thing. Do you drink them, Hannah?
Yeah,
Sometimes. Which one do you like the best? The orange one. Okay. Yeah, the kids drink them. It's interesting. If you don't tell them it's good for them, but like when my kids were in high school, they were all drinking the products, and it's like if you just put it in the fridge and you drink it. I just can't emphasize enough how the simplicity of it. Because if you just be normal, someone's going to come to your house. You're saying, "Hey, do you want a drink? What do you have?" "Oh, I got some Tecate. I got water. I got milk, beer." I said that twice. I like beer. Energy drinks, iced coffee, iced tea. You'd be surprised how often, I'll take an iced tea, I'll take an iced coffee, I'll take an energy drink. You hand it to them, they say, "Wow, dude, this is really good. Where do you get it?" You say, "Oh, it's not available in stores." "Well, where do you get it?" "Oh, you order it online." "Really? That's cool." And that's just a natural conversation. And that's all you do. And then there's a saying, some will, some won't, so what next? It takes 2 people in our compensation plan to make, to make money. With 2 good people, you can really make any amount of money that you want. So that's what we do. And I was telling someone today, there's really 3 ways of building the business. One is the one that everyone's afraid of and everyone's familiar with, and it's the best way. That's talk to people that like you. The question is, how many of them are there? Because basically, how many people here joined the business with someone who was a friend or someone that they liked already? Okay, and so that's easy. If you like the person, you're going to tend to listen to them, because it's kind of weird. Like if they invited you to the grand opening of their dress shop, if Krista was opening a dress shop, and then I walked into her dress shop and she invited me to the grand opening, I wouldn't walk in and say, "These dresses look like pyramids." I'd be like, "Oh, cool, congrats on the new business. Of course I'll buy a dress from you." I mean, not that I would wear a dress. Weird analogy. Or like if Mark opened up a restaurant in my neighborhood, and he said, "Hey man, I opened up a pizza place. We got great wine list and come on down." I wouldn't walk in and say, "This place is a scam." I'd walk in and I'd say, "Oh, dude, it's super cool. My friend Mark owns this business. I'll drink your wine and your pizzas. It's kind of cool." Same thing with this. Like we're just saying to you, it's like, hey, be our customer. Unless you're like super in love with the Pakistani dude that owns the local 7-Eleven, like he's selling Red Bull, which is bad for you, and your friend invited you here selling a product that's 10 times better. And it's like, so just be a customer. And then if by chance you love the product, tell someone about it. Don't be a secret agent. And then it can escalate from there. I mean, seriously, if you put forth effort, because a lot of times I tell people, like you work for a pharmaceutical company, I work for a bank. Mm-hmm. You probably made more money and had more potential selling drugs than working in a bank. But in the bank, I get a raise like 2 or 3% every 6 months, and it would really make me mad because when I get that raise, the cost of living would increase at the same time. So basically, I was just kind of like spinning my wheels. I could have worked at that bank for 400 years, and I wouldn't have made $1.8 million like I did last year. So if you're the type of person who's looking for something that doesn't cost a fortune to start, this is it, and anyone can do it. Is it a little bit of effort? Absolutely. It's just like dancing. it was beyond awkward today when I was going and doing my little salsa, you know, and then like Trent's like, no, don't bounce. It's just like, come on, you know, he just makes it look so easy, you know, and it's like, I'm sure it'll come with time. So don't expect to join the business tonight and be a multi-billionaire tomorrow. You know, I mean, seriously, but just drink the product, you know. I would almost encourage you to drink it and just don't tell anyone. Like make it a game. So you can go 2 weeks without telling a single person. You probably would do better rather than trying to force a conversation that's not there. Some input.
I heard a crazy statistic. This may not be right, but I'll double check it. It was something like the workers who actually manufacture the shoes for Nike and Adidas.
What's Adidas?
Adidas.
Oh, Adidas.
They were like. Someone else up here next week for sure. So like they would have to work for 10,000 hours in order to make what the CEO of those companies make in 1 year. They don't want to do it. They're lazy, you know. So no, I'm joking, but they couldn't because it's 10,000.
Right.
Sorry, 10,000 years. If you said 10,000 hours, I meant 10,000 years.
10,000 years.
Yeah, 10,000 years. Yeah. My joke messed up.
Well, I heard one. Check this out. Okay, if you work 40 hours a week. Well, let's just say you're really a hard worker and you work 80 hours a week. Because there's only so many, you have to sleep and eat, right? And there's a couple other things that are fun to do, but most people don't have time. But let's say you work 16 hours a day, right? For 365 days, how much would that be?
A lot.
Too much. No, actually not that much. Because there's only so many. So 16 hours. I'm gonna end on this because this is something that's powerful. And it's the secret of the rich, basically the power of residual income. 16 hours times 365 days. Let's say you work 7 days a week, okay? You can only work 5,840 hours. That's how much you personally can do. Now, my organization, close to 60,000 people, all right? So let's just say that the average person just works 1 hour per year. Well, the reality is they work a lot more than that. But if they just work 1 hour per year, that would be 60,000 hours per year that I'm getting paid on. That's right, Brian. Oh, you know you hit a point home when Brian makes that noise, all right? So 60,000 hours, if everyone in my organization just worked 1 hour per year, that's 10 times more than if you worked 16 hours a day, 7 days a week for an entire year.
That's like, I mean, that's just leverage. Like the secret to wealth and success is the leverage of time.
Yeah. So if someone says to you, "Oh, it sounds like a pyramid scheme," that's my favorite line. It's like, here's a pyramid scheme. Because this is a pyramid scheme. The CEO of Adidas at the top. Then underneath the CEO is the executive vice presidents. Underneath the executive vice presidents is the regional vice presidents. Underneath them is the vice presidents, then the managers, and then the drones, the worker bees, okay, at the bottom of the pyramid. What with this, did you finish that presentation all the way? The little concentric circles thing?
It's almost that.
Okay, so I look at it as like you all start as like the nucleus at the center of your universe. Like if you throw a pebble into a pond and then the ripples go out. It's completely opposite of a pyramid. Everybody starts at the center of their own universe. It has nothing to do with like, oh, I got in early or whatever. I joined the company a few years into its growth. There were 70-some thousand people in the company. And in 18 months, I was the number 3 earner in the world. Okay, because I started and then I just started talking to people in my little circle of influence. And then they started talking to their circle. And it's like circles going out from the center, which is you. What kind of a vibe can you put out? It's so much the opposite of a pyramid. And a pyramid is illegal, for example, which is another problem. You know, it's like you don't get involved in something that's illegal. Usually there's no product, bless you, or service of value. And so in our program, we pay out $1.50 on every can. We had $1.50 in commission. So like Red Bull spent $900 million promoting Red Bull, doing things like having a dude jump out of outer space. You know, did you guys see that? That was kind of cool. But they spent $950 million paying people like Travis Pastrana, Shaun White. I mean, I'm sure Shaun White's a real swell fella, but it ain't making me no money. You know what I mean? And it's like, I'm not going to drink Red Bull. He probably doesn't either. It's not good for you. So instead of paying celebrities that $950 million, last year we paid $100 million to people like you. So we take $1.50 out of every can and we pay it out. How does the money work? 20%. Like when you sell a case of product, you make 20%. So on each can, say it's $3, you make 60 cents. And then there's 90 cents that's paid out to the rest of the network. All right, so $1.50 is paid out. That's rough numbers. You can count on earning around 6% of the total organizational volume that you move throughout your entire organization. And there's no limit. Well, there is a limit. The most you can make is $25,000 a week from cycles, but then there's a few other bonuses. I think our top earner from one business center makes around $300,000 a month. So there is a limit, but not really. I mean, it's more than most people make, but it's like literally that's all you have to do is drink it, share it. Any final thoughts, Ross?
Honestly, guys, I would just say if you're new, just seize the opportunity, because there are always excuses. I remember I had so many for Matt, including that I'm here in Vegas alone. I have no people. He said, we have Skype. I said, I didn't really have too many friends at school. He said, well, who do you know that did? And I remember saying,
you didn't have friends at school?
Not too
you don't
many,
strike
no.
me as a dork.
No,
I thought you were really cool. Chelsea, what about you?
no, I was a bit of a dog, honestly. You see me on a computer.
Really? Yeah.
So my sister changed my organization for me. I was struggling for the first couple of weeks, and then eventually Matt said, well, I'll tell you what, let me speak to her. And of course, she asked the questions that Matt could answer, and I had no chance because I was brand new. But I listened to everything he said, and I committed to learning. And then within about a month, my organization had 300 people in it because my sister went crazy. And I knew that she had that level of influence that could really take this off, and she's happy and I'm happy and Matt's happy and life is good. It's such a win-win business model. I love it.
People aren't used to that. People are used to win-lose. Like it's weird because there's nothing I want more than for Ross to win. And believe it or not, like the person who invited you here wants you to be successful. Whereas in like normally everything from sports, one team wins, one team loses.
Mm-hmm.
In jobs, if someone gets a promotion, that means you didn't get it. So that's another reason people's guard goes up, because you're like, hey, I really want you to join us, and they're like, hey, if you want me, it can't be any good. All right, and so we get suspicious. So like a famous comedian once said, he goes, I'd never want to be a member of any club that would have me as a member. And so don't let that psychology, it's like, there's a lot to it. I had an unfinished train of thought a few minutes ago, so that you can come on Saturday to get training here at noon. You can also bring new people. We do a quick overview. There's a lot of different ways to build a business. You can build the business through just talking to people, as we've been discussing. You can build the business online. I'm real close to coming out with thanks, Ross. I'm real close to coming out with a system that's just mind blowing. I'm at the point where I can talk about it because it's that close. I have a beta version of it that's up and running. But basically, how like everybody posts videos on Facebook, and they take YouTube videos like, oh, have you seen this video? Like, I don't know, what's a good video that's come out in the last couple of weeks that you guys all watched?
What's that guy who always tackles everybody when they're falling?
Oh, the RKO videos are going crazy.
Yeah, you get the idea. I mean, there's Double Rainbow, one of my favorite. David After the Dentist. Psycho Girl Tries to Sing. Like how these videos that have millions and millions of views. I'm creating a system that basically people can get paid to share videos. Like if you share a video, we're going to put banners like lose weight with Chris Powell, celebrity transformation specialist. Get paid to share videos. You're going to have like 7 different banners around it, and basically just share videos to your social media. And so if you run out of friends and family, that's another model. Another thing that's real close to being done is a system where if you know people who have money. Some people have a belief nobody has money. The reality is a lot of people have a lot of money, especially baby boomers. And so whereas like you can invite a guest to come to a presentation and get them to join, we have a thing on the internet right now where we're basically running all kinds of ads, and we've already done all the test marketing for it. And basically you can just pay money, $60, and we'll find a customer for you. So you can just like buy customers who want the product. So that's gonna be kind of cool. So those are a couple of things that are coming out. So training is on Saturday. If you're brand new and you want to get all the information that you need, there's 3 things that I recommend, okay, that you leave here with. One is a copy of this book called Social Marketing. Does an amazing job of explaining like this is not your grandmother's Mary Kay. Like it's a new era, new world, online social marketing, how to build a business basically by being social, get paid to make friends. This is a CD called Building Your Network Marketing Business. Hannah, a CD is something that you put into an antique player. It was before the iPod. Okay, but a lot of older people like that kind of thing. Have you ever heard of an 8-track tape? No, I didn't think so. So anyway, this is 60 minutes, and if you listen to this, you will pretty much know everything that you need to do. These are like $2 a piece. We have them here. Then there's a thing called the Vima Affiliate Action Plan, and here's a thought. If you actually read the training manual, you will know everything that you need to know to do the business. So everything, if you want to buy everything, it's $15. The books are 10, these are 2, the manuals are 3. So those are the sales aids that are available. This pretty much all you need is these 3 things, and you're completely trained. And so that's it. And then as I mentioned, it's free to join the business. Just decide what product that you want. How many people here started with an affiliate pack? Just by show of hands. That's a pack that gives you a case of each of our products, right? If it costs $500 for a case of each product, so you have like 168 cans at $3 a can is what it boils down to. That's good for you and your family to drink and to hand out. If you're saying $500, I've got 2 things to say. One, please show me a business that you can start for less than that, and I'll buy that business. I'd love to do a Jamba Juice. Guess how much a Jamba Juice franchise is here in Vegas? $280K. Okay, and you can make less money per year if you do really well than I made last month. Okay, so $500, and then if you're saying $500, like that's a lot of money, then I've got news for you. Whatever you're currently doing is not working, and you should find something else if it's not this, okay? Because, $500 here in Vegas, that's 1 bottle of Grey Goose at a decent club. So, it's like so funny. I see so many people who are they're like, oh man, we went to Surrender and Excess and Hakkasan, and I got to see Calvin Harris and Cascade, and we had a table and a bottle, and then it's like, yeah, that's great. I have to know Cascade, like he's stoked because he makes $1 million a month. Now, chumps like you who spend their last $500 on a bottle of alcohol, I highly recommend you spend it on a business so you might actually do something with your own life. But that's just my opinion.
Trade value on those bottles probably like $18.
Yeah, and then
really,
but if again, I don't want for someone who's great, I don't want you to get confused. That's only if you really want to, make some money. And then if you just want to be a customer, just buy the product. You can just say, oh, you know what, I want to try the coffee, the tea. If you can't make up your mind, what a lot of people try is this thing here called a variety pack, and it's 2 of each of our 6 of the products. The only one that's not in there is the coffee, because the can's a different size, and then it would be hard to get the plastic over it.
But they're coming out.
But they're coming out, and we're changing the coffee from the big can to this size can. And then I was in a meeting the other day, because this is why I don't want to have a job, because you have to make all these hard decisions. So I was sitting there with the CEO of the company in his office the other day, and he's like, all right, Matt, so we're going to change the variety pack, and we're going to make 8.4 ounce versions of the coffee. I'm like, oh, good. And then he's like, so we have to take 2 of these out. Which 2 should we take out? And so there's the whole executive team and me are sitting around going, I don't know. I'm like, well, we got better margins on the remix. Should we leave that in there? What about the sugar-free? Yeah, I want to take a sugar. No, I like sugar-free. So I don't know what they ended up deciding, but that's why they get paid. But there's going to be 2 of them out and 2 coffees in here. But anyway, right now there's everything but the coffee. So variety pack is how a lot of people get started if they just want to try the products. And that, my friends, is that. I would like to say this. 1, come on Saturday if you want to learn more. And on this Saturday, Ross is going to do a really special training. He's going to go into detail on the comp plan. One of the great things about when I'm out of town, you actually learn more specific details, okay? Because Ross does these elaborate PowerPoint presentations and so forth. So I really encourage you guys to support the Saturday event. Come at noon with a guest, and then we're going to do training. If
Will you be streaming that?
What's that?
Will that be streamed as well?
Yeah, we stream everything that we do from here.
And just on that, by the way, if you guys have any thoughts in between today, which is Wednesday, and Saturday, just send me a message on Facebook if there's any topics that you actually really want me to cover for Saturday. If there's anything burning, just let me know and we'll do that.
Yeah, so, and if you remember salsa dancing, if anyone's interested in salsa dancing, 6 o'clock on Wednesday, it's a blast. Did we have fun tonight, or did we have fun tonight? It was fun, good times. And then also, are you going to do a poker tournament every Tuesday?
Yeah.
Because last night, Brian and I won the poker tournament. We had the Verve poker table in there. So if any of you are Hold'em players, on Tuesday nights at 8 o'clock, we have a Hold'em tournament here.
Technically, Casey won the poker tournament. I just want to say that. Okay?
Yeah,
all right. Casey won.
Because I busted out and then I took her chips and then I won with her spot. But just to get on that note, I appreciate, it's like, what I like to encourage people to do is imagine a world where basically he who makes the most friends wins. That's the objective. If you view yourself as a giver, not a taker, like if you think you're just doing something to make money, you will fail, and nobody wants to be that guy. But if you believe it's like, hey, this is the kind of stuff that prevents cancer, heart disease, diabetes. Like you need the good stuff in your body. I'm hooking a friend up. I tell them about it. And then as far as the business goes, I see so many people that don't live in 6,000 square foot homes, that don't have this condo to come to every week, that don't have $1 million in the bank, that have to get up and go to a job. I feel very, very bad. You know what I mean? It's like, this is something you can show someone who doesn't have $500 how to have $500. You know what I'm saying? It's like, so you're hooking a brother up is what I'm saying. And so remember that, and support Ross on Saturday. Come on out. And with that, enjoy the rest of your evening. Have questions, come up and see us. Thank you very much.
Yeah! We're going to funny screens tonight. We're going to funny screens tonight as well. If anyone wants to come, everyone's welcome. Funny screens.